Hi everyone, so this video is going to be about kind of berry lips, and I know that it's a trend that a lot of people can find a little bit scary and it can be a little bit daunting if you've never worn them before. And I used to be the type of person that really kind of wasn't into the whole berry lip. I could do a bright lip, a red lip, but the kind of berry dark lip wasn't for me. And as with kind of most of the makeup that I wear, this is a more wearable, kind of more natural looking way. I still don't like the really full on, almost black type of lips. I like something a little bit more subtle, and I think it's about finding the right tone for you. And I am wearing kind of a little bit of a berry lip today, and this is one I've spoken about to you before, and it's Fever by NV Makeup. And I know that a lot of times with these types of products it seems so daunting because it just looks like such a dark colour in the bullet, and you think, how am I going to wear that? And this is no exception. When I got this I thought, this is really not for me, this colour, but as you can see on the lips, it's actually a really beautiful colour, and it's very wearable. And that's the thing, you kind of have to realise about these types of colours that you can sheer them out, you can build them up, you can layer them. They're not a really scary option once you know how to work with them. But I'm going to kind of ease you into it first and talk about two options that I think most people will enjoy and that are very easy options to get on with. The first one is one that kind of a lot of people probably know about, and it's one of the original Revlon Colour Burst Balm Stains. I've actually forgotten how nice these are. We're kind of all about the matte ones and that kind of thing now, but these are actually really nice as well. And this is in the shade Crush, which is just a perfect kind of autumn shade. And I like to kind of have these shades in autumn. I like to go for kind of more reds around Christmas, but for this time of year these are perfect. And I'm going to swatch it right here for you. And this is what the shade looks like. It's a very wearable shade, and the stain that it leaves behind is beautiful. It just kind of gives your lips that kind of slightly stained berry look, but full on it's very pretty because it's got a little bit of a pink undertone to it. And that's what I think flatters my skin tone. I need something that's got a little bit of warmth in it, and then I'm kind of okay, because my skin can be a little bit yellow. Once you find the right undertone, it kind of works well. I find that with fairer skin, if you've got kind of a little bit more of a reddy undertone, things with a kind of more blue undertone work better. But this is a great option for everyone. It's kind of the first thing you should pick up if you're trying to ease your way into it. The second one is one that I wore on Friday's video, and it's the Clinique Chubby Stick Intense in Grandest Grape, which looks like this. And this is what the colour looks like here, swatched beside the Revlon one. You'll be able to see it's just that little bit kind of more vibrant, just a tiny bit. Very similar colours, but it's a tiny bit more vibrant, and this is really beautiful on its own. Again, it leaves a nice stain because it's the intense version, so it's more pigmented, very creamy, easy to wear, and it is that kind of in between a berry lip to a Kylie Jenner type of lip. In years to come, I feel like we're going to be talking about the Kylie Jenner lip thing still. But it's a very easy option, very nice, very comfortable on the lips, and something that I think a lot of people would really enjoy using. And the formula of this is amazing as well. Then moving on to something that's a little bit more pigmented and a little bit more scary, in the bullet at least, is Craving by MAC. And again, it's that similar tone. It's kind of the purpley tone with a little bit of pink mixed in. That's what I find the most flattering. On me, for example, the kind of more bluey toned berry shades don't suit me at all. They make my skin look a really weird shade, and that's kind of the key with lipsticks, I find. There's so many colours that I think I want to wear but just don't suit my colouring. These types of shades I think do, and I'm going to swatch it here for you, and you can see it's a very strong colour, but it is definitely got a little bit of a pinkiness to it. It's kind of more of a pinky purple shade. This looks pretty all over, and it also looks nice kind of dabbed on, which is what I like to do with the kind of more stronger lipstick versions. So I'll pop it onto my lips kind of in the centre, and then just kind of smudge it out a little bit, and I find it gives that really pretty stained look. And then last but not least is the one I mentioned earlier, and it's the Fever lipstick by NV Makeup. And this is just such a nice colour because it is very full on if you want to wear it that way. So it's swatched right here. It's very similar. All these colours are very similar. In fact, kind of they could all be the same colour, but they do look slightly different on the lips. It's this one right here, and as you can see, it's a very kind of bold colour, but on the lips, sheared out, it's very pretty, very easy to wear. And if I just add a little bit more to show you, I haven't really got a mirror, but I'll try. So, I like to kind of add some to the centre and then just kind of move it around and tap it in a little bit with my fingers. But in terms of what other makeup you're wearing with this type of lip, I think that can be important too, because it is quite a strong lip, even though I like to wear it in a softer way. And I think the nicest kind of makeup looks that go with this are a kind of cool toned eye. I don't think wearing a kind of bronzy, bright, warm toned eye particularly works with this type of lip colour. I just think something in the tones doesn't add up for me. I prefer a kind of more cool toned matte eye like what I've got on today, and I've just got a little bit of liner for some definition, but I think that's the look that goes with it the most. And trying to find the blusher to kind of complement it can be tricky as well, because no one really wants to wear purple blusher in that sense. So you want something that's kind of got a mauvey pinky undertone to it. I like the kind of lipstick and blusher thing to kind of match. I think it just looks the prettiest that way, but obviously if you're not into that, then feel free to kind of discard that. But finding something to kind of match it, I think, is important as well. It kind of gives the overall look a nice base. And if you are someone that kind of shies away from that and doesn't necessarily like wearing a darker lip, I really encourage you to try it. Start out with the Revlon option that I just talked about, and then kind of ease your way into darker colours, because it is a really flattering look and it's a really kind of autumnal, season appropriate look. And I was that person for years that didn't like lipstick, only wore kind of pink lip gloss, and I didn't feel comfortable having a lot of colour on my lips. Now I love kind of having a bold lip, and it really can kind of perk you up, and it just feels very glamorous, and it looks really lovely with winter fashion as well, with winter colours. I feel like it looks great with black. My favourite is how it looks with grey. I think this type of colour when you're wearing grey looks amazing, and I wear a lot of grey. I'm kind of a big I'm very much into grey, so it's something that I think is very nice and kind of is wearing a bold lip but not having something that's too in your face. It's the wearable guide to wearing a bold lip, because let's face it, you know, a lot of times I watch videos and people have that kind of nearly black lip and it looks amazing in the video, like amazing, but I just think I wouldn't put that on and go to Tesco's, which, let's face it, is what most of us are kind of doing in our day-to-day lives. So I think things need to be wearable at the same time. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your kind of favourite options for berry lips are. I'd love to know. And if you've got any kind of tips and tricks, or if you're a lover of wearing berry lips at all for that matter, I'd love to know. So don't forget to leave that in the comments below. If you're a new subscriber, well, if you haven't subscribed already, if you're just a new viewer, then please go ahead and click the subscribe button wherever it is. I think it's down here these days. And don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon.